What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I'd like to talk about 4 things the Atlanta Falcons defense must do in this 2025 season to improve our defense. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or NFL content. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So as I mentioned in today's video, I would like to talk about 4 things the Atlanta Falcons defense must do to improve in 2025. And the first thing that this Falcons defense must do is create turnovers. I do believe that this Atlanta Falcons defense is going to be predicated off of putting pressure on the quarterback, but I do think that the calling card for this defense is going to be creating turnovers. We know that Jeff Ulbrich was a part of this defensive staff when we went to the Super Bowl back in 2016, 2017. And he's one of those guys that was here with Dan Quinn. And that defense was mainly about creating turnovers. Guys like Deion Jones, known for getting interceptions. Guys like Keanu Neal forced fumbles and things of that nature. And we had guys like Dwight Freeney and Vic Beasley who would strip the ball from the quarterback. So we had guys that was forcing turnovers all over the place in 2016, 2017. And I really feel like this defense is also going to be predicated off of creating those turnovers. And I really feel like this Atlanta Falcons offense is going to be a hot octane offense that we're going to put up a lot of points. And we want to allow our offense to play on short fields. We want us to be able to play with leads and things of that nature. And I really feel like the number one thing for this defense is going to be to create turnovers and to get off the field. The second thing that I think this Falcons defense needs to do in 2025 on defense is going to be to create negative plays on first and second down. We know that in the NFL, you have to create those negative plays to put teams in obvious passing downs like third and long situations, which gives your pass rushers time to get to the quarterback and put pressure on him and possibly come away with a sack. We know in today's NFL, based off of the rules and things of that nature, you can't really punish wide receivers and tight ends and running backs that come across the middle of the field. You can't even really hit the quarterbacks like you once could. And we know about the targeting and things of that nature where you only can target receivers in the middle of their chest. You can't hit guys in the head. You can't hit guys around the neck area. And you almost have to allow guys to catch footballs over the middle of the field. So I really feel like the Falcons are going to have to be better on first and second down, putting teams in third and long situations. I really feel like last season we struggled to put teams behind the chains. And there was too many instances where guys, teams were in third and short situations where the playbook is wide open, meaning they could run the ball, the quarterback could possibly scramble for a first down. And it wasn't many times where the defensive ends and defensive tackles and things of that nature, the defensive line wasn't able to get pressure on the quarterback because the ball was coming out fast, because we were in a lot of third and short situations where they can throw those quick slants, those bubble screens and things of that nature. So I definitely think first and second down is going to be paramount for this Atlanta Falcons defense to force negative plays. Now, the third thing that this Falcons team must do in 2025 to have an improved defense is going to be stopping the run. You guys know I talk about it year in and year out, and that ties together with creating negative plays. We know that most teams, they want to put it in third and second and medium situations, third and short situations. So we definitely have to be better at stopping the run. Last year, there was way too many instances where quarterbacks were able to scramble for first downs with their legs. There were way too many instances where we couldn't get off the field on third and fourth downs when teams would go for it on fourth down, where they would just run the ball and we would get gashed in the running game. So it's going to be very important that this defensive line and this front seven sets the tone and they put pressure both on the quarterback, but also that they're able to limit running backs as far as how many yards they're getting per carry. The good defenses in the NFL limit running backs to like 2 to 3 yards, no more than 3 yards a carry. When you start getting into the 4 yards to carry and things of that nature, that's when things start to get ugly. That's when your defense is really getting gashed. When you enter the 4 yards, 5 yards to carry a clip, that's when things can get really sticky for you. So this Atlanta Falcons defense has to be better in 2025 at stopping the run, putting teams behind the chains early, and you do that by stopping the run, and that allows you the ability to rush the passer in those third and long situations. And then the fourth thing that this Atlanta Falcons defense must do to improve in 2025 is when teams get in the red area, we have to make them come away with field goals. Of course, some teams are going to score touchdowns at times, but the good defenses in the NFL, they force the opposing teams to kick field goals when they get in the red area. They don't allow you to get into the end zone and put up 7. They force you to put up 3 points, which keeps your offense in the game and keeps your team in the game when you're able to limit teams to only field goals. If you think about last year's team, there was a lot of instances last year where games came down to just kicking field goals. I remember the first game of the season last year against the Steelers. We pretty much held them out of the end zone for most of the game, and they held us out of the end zone for most of the game, and it became basically a kicking contest as far as the special teams unit. So it's going to be very important in this season that we do a good job of when teams do get in that red area to limit them, to play that bend but not break type defense. And that's going to tie in with what I talked about is stopping the run, because we know when teams get within the 10-yard line, the 5-yard line, teams are going to try to play smash mouth football. And over the last couple years, we haven't been good. When teams get within the 5 to 10-yard line, they're usually able to punch the ball in as far as running the ball, because we haven't really had that one technique. We haven't really had the big uglies in the middle that can pretty much plug up those holes in the run game and limit teams from being able to gash us. So those are the 4 things that I think our Falcons need to do in this coming season. So to recap, first thing is turnovers. We have to stop teams and have to give our offense more opportunities and more cracks at, putting up points. Number 2, create negative plays on first and second down. Number 3, stop the run at all costs. Try to put teams in, uncomfortable situations as far as third and long situations where it's obvious passing downs. And then fourth thing and the last thing, when teams get in the red zone, we have to do a good job of limiting them to 3 points and not allowing them to put up 7. So with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts for this Atlanta Falcons defense on being improved in 2025. I definitely think that we're going to have an improved defense. I really feel like we have a lot of depth in the defensive line and in the trenches. And you guys know that I've been preaching the trenches on my channel since day one. That's where everything is won and lost in the NFL. As they say, it's a game of inches. And when you have those big uglies up front, those big guys up front that can control the tempo both on the offensive line and the defensive line, that's where the games are won and lost. So with that being said, I have a lot more content coming for you guys. If you enjoy my content, make sure you hit that subscribe button for your boy. Hit that like button for your boy. And make sure you comment as well. But with that being said, it's always Falcons Nation. Rise up. Be blessed. Peace.